Welcome to On the Mic with Melissa Ebsch, brought to you by the City of Marinette.
Really? I think I know that.
I think you might know that too. And our guest today is Mayor Steve Genesot. Welcome.
Well, welcome. Glad to be here again.
Yes.
Hopefully give a little update. I'm not sure, which one we're doing today,
Okay.
with the wrong town and everything else.
I
Been trying to
know.
keep people informed. So
Definitely.
Well-
We've got a few things to talk about.
we do.
We do. So let's start with the moving of City Hall.
Well, you were at the meeting
Yeah.
recently. The council did agree that we're going to go out for borrowing. We have a number that we feel is very healthy budget. We can certainly pay a portion of that back if we don't use all that. The time to borrow is right now before interest rates continue to climb. We think that right now there's some stability, and hopefully those rates might even come down with some of the market issues that people want to go into something safer like municipal bonds. So
Right.
we're trying to account for that. We've been talking about moving City Hall and Police Department for 10 plus years. The needs assessment study way back in 13
Yeah.
talked about that, 2013. We've got a fraction of the space needs that the police department needs. Of course, if they move out, the city is going to be left with maybe a third of the space, which we don't need that
Don't
for
need that.
for a handful of employees that are left in City Hall. We did about a year ago buy the Armory, solid building, 400,000, 20,000 square feet, just a fraction of what it would cost to rebuild.
Right.
We put a budget together with a couple different estimates, and there were budgetary, there was drawings, preliminary done. So I know there's some talk that nothing was done. Is ridiculous. We've done some due diligence, but we haven't finalized those plans because we didn't have the money to go any further.
Right.
So we are going to renovate that,
Okay.
and we've got some preliminary cost. What the total cost will be, including a garage, which
Oh,
they don't
nice.
have garages in impound areas
Yeah.
and storage. And part of their investigative work requires you can't be doing that out in the parking lot
Oh,
at
well.
10 degrees.
Yeah. That wouldn't really be helpful.
It's not real conducive.
No.
And then we
no.
go to the county building sometimes when we have those conditions. But,
Mm-hmm.
it would be nice to be able to have our officers take advantage of, at least up-to-date building,
Yeah.
something that would help with them with future growth. We know our city continues to grow,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and with
definitely.
some of our largest employers growing, we feel that we're going to have more growth in the city
Oh,
in the future.
definitely.
So with that conversation, we've also talked about moving City Hall then. If
That would be kind of neat.
again, that was all talked about back in 2013, 2014 when they did this study. They projected $7 to $9 million just to renovate for the police department, and we want those costs to be much less.
Oh,
So
definitely.
that will not be the cost that we're looking at. We looked at $10 million to borrow. Two road projects. One downtown was $3.2 million. We're going to borrow about 1.7 of that, and then we've got funding to recoup those costs under the TID,
Right.
tax increment district. So that will be paid over time. Then we're also going to do Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
It's about like another 115 as far as cost, and we're going to borrow for that
Okay.
a portion. And those two road projects will be starting this year. Downtown, again, talking to 10 plus years, the
Yes.
downtown is shot. We want to put all new roadways, all new utilities, new sidewalks, new lighting. Hopefully we'll have a plaza area that can be built out
Yes.
in the future, depending on what costs come in. Maybe maybe sooner.
That would be wonderful.
It would. And, we still need some businesses down there, but
Yeah.
this will hopefully make it much more attractive. You've got a nice, beautiful roadway. If you travel down past Wells Street towards Marinette Marine, towards the middle school, it's a nice,
it's
wide
very
roadway.
nice.
It's going to be, similar type as that. Very nice,
That's
brand
going to
new
be
roadway.
wonderful. And when is that going to start? When will that construction start?
Well, we are finishing up the work for DOT. Has to approve everything because they have a small portion of funding DOT is going to
okay.
do as well, and through that grant. And we're hoping to start in end of May, probably first part of June,
Okay.
and probably about 4 months.
Wow.
But a big project, we'll have to get a lot of communication out for those businesses.
Definitely.
We don't want them to, they're going to already having a tough time, so we're
Yeah.
going to get a lot of wayfinding signs. Hopefully they can come on the backside of the
Right.
buildings.
Yeah. And there's good access through the back.
Well, there is.
For the most part,
We'll try
you
to
know.
keep some front entrance, for handicap accessible.
Right.
Some just have steps in the back. So
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
we'll try to keep that, throughout the project.
Keep it
We're not
open.
going to be doing the whole block at once,
Right.
but it will be torn up, and you'll have to have some ways of,
Getting-
ramping people up to the doorways and so forth. So
Keepers.
again, probably, talk about this many, many years. That will go the Cleveland, our major truck route, Pierce Avenue, all the way to 41. So that, again, road is lots of traffic. That will hopefully get done. And then as part of this, we're going to, officially look at moving City Hall and the police department and hopefully repurpose that building.
That's gonna be
make it a
wonderful.
taxable entity.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's going to be awesome.
Lots of work, lots of planning.
Well, and once everything is done on Main Street, we're going to have a block party.
We are. That's the plan.
That's
we
the
talked about
plan.
that. I
Yes.
think whether it be rock the block or
Rock
rock
the
the
block
downtown or whatever we want to call
whatever
it.
you want to call it.
I think the business owners want to get it done as
Yes.
quick as we can.
Absolutely.
And we're going to work with them, but it's a long time, but not really on road projects to get them done that quick.
Right.
We're going to try to do it as quick as we can,
golly.
and hopefully have the least impact with the best outcome.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what about everybody's so excited about the splash pad?
Well, as you know, last year we had two different fundings, and we finally pulled it together and did pull that over the line. And we are going to be breaking ground this spring and very shortly.
Yeah.
Contract's already been awarded. So we hope to have that up and going as soon as we can. So we're going to have probably a little groundbreaking ceremony to get people excited it's coming.
Yes.
And then if all things work out, we'll have the police department over there. The city hall will be over there. All the outdoor civic center activities, including a brand new splash pad.
That's
So
going to be awesome.
lots of work going to be going on.
Oh, definitely. But it's going to be well worth it.
Yeah, we think that'd be a good location. If you ever pulled out of City Hall here on the 41, it's crazy. We think that'll be a nice area to work well for us and take a building that was vacant that we purchased and make good use of it.
Definitely. Definitely. And this afternoon, push-in.
This afternoon is the I guess they call it the push-in of the new fire truck.
Yes.
So it's a steep in tradition that the fire department, when they get a new fire truck, they physically push the truck in. Of course, this is a pretty big truck to push in.
Jay was in the other day, and he had mentioned that it goes all the way back to the horse and buggy ones.
Okay.
And they would actually have to take the horse off and push in
The actual engine.
The actual engine.
So our hope is to do that. I think we'll have probably 30 people at least. The police chief says he's got enough guys that'll help push, and then between the fire department guys and maybe some of us elected officials,
Mike will be there, so
well, good.
he can do it.
As long as somebody's on the brake, okay, we don't want to run anyone over.
Right.
But I said, Jay, don't put it too steep. I said, so he said, well, we usually this big of a truck, we might, help with the engine. But I said, let's try it first. If
Try it
nothing
first.
else, we'll see how heavy it really is.
Oh my gosh.
But it'll be fun. If
I'm
nothing
going to
else,
live stream it, so
that'll be great.
That'll be fun.
I think it'll be fun to see. And, again, brand new
brand
fire
new
truck
fire truck
that we've worked for several years to get. And now just replacing equipment. Menominey's working on trying to replace
Yep.
equipment there too.
Yep.
And hopefully,
that'll work out for everybody.
yeah. And
That's awesome.
we're happy to see it. And brand new addition to the fire department.
Oh, I know they're really excited.
They
So that's, and the other truck is what, 30 years old, I think.
Yeah, it's
So it's
a pretty old vehicle, and we're replacing our older ones out, and then we'll have our other engine 109 go back to the backup, and then put this as a primary.
Yeah, awesome.
It's good.
So, is there anything else that you want to let our?
Well, I think that's enough for
I
one day.
know that's a lot going on, and
A lot
you have
going
more.
on. We try to keep giving updates best we can.
Yeah.
And keep the public aware of, they hear different things. Sometimes don't get all the information. We'll try to get as many updates as we can. If you're not sure, drop an email to us, drop a note on social media, whatever works for you best.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank you for coming in.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. It's been a while.
It
Like
has.
2 weeks.
Something like that.
Well, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, City of Marinette. And if you want to keep up to date with all of the city's important information, by heading to the city's website, marinette.wi.us. And for Bay Cities news anytime, anywhere,